Hello, viewers, and welcome in to my YouTube channel called Rob Blog, coming to you from Maple Bay on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. And so glad that you are able to join me today on this edition of Rob Blog. Well, you know what I did today? I did something today. I'm not going to go into the whole long story, but I made contact, or I've attempted to contact, a radio friend that I have not seen or talked to in probably 35 years, maybe a bit longer than that. And I kind of, like a detective, I kind of hunted this person down using the internet. A lot of stuff is on the internet. And this was one of my great friends that when I was in radio back in the 1970s, that always had fun with and enjoyed. And this friend was a great great voice, and just a great radio person. So it was interesting how quickly I was able to find this person's name on the internet and follow them and left a message for them that hopefully they will retrieve, and that we'll get a chance to touch base after 35 or more years. When I make contact, if we make contact, then I will tell you more of the story and the reason why I decided to make contact with this radio friend that I haven't seen in many, many years. So that's kind of exciting, isn't it? I last looked for a friend on the internet a couple of years ago. It was a friend we had known in Ontario and hadn't made contact with for at least 18 years. Basically, this friend just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. And at the time, I can't really remember the reason why. We had made a move, they had made a move, and it took me a little bit of time. It took me several months, actually, and many tries to finally track this friend down after 18 years. And one of the last ways that I did it, after I found a little bit of information, I did a Google Earth search of this village in England where I thought maybe this friend was living, went up the street to a house that was showing that they lived in this cottage. And I thought, yeah, I think this friend could live in this cottage. So I took the cottage address, I sent a letter, because I didn't want an older lady, say, who lived in the cottage, or someone older thinking that I was spying on them with Google Earth. So I sent a lovely card, explained who I was, and I'm telling you, viewers, in less than a week, our friend called, had gotten the card, and was just as surprised as we were. And now we're in touch all the time in England and here on Vancouver Island. And we actually have had a chance already to visit them after 18 years. It was amazing. So I've done the same thing with an old radio friend, and I will let you know if contact is made, and I'll tell you more of the story at this time. I kind of look like a newsroom, don't I, the last few vlogs, because what I've done is set up a tour here, playing in the background, just like a busy newsroom with all kinds of monitors, although I need a couple of more monitors, which I could do, actually, and have other things up playing in the background. This happens to be a live shot of Paris, in a place in Paris called the Marais, one of my favorite spots in Paris. And I just thought I'd let that play in the background. It makes me look very newsman-like, doesn't it? And although I've never read a national newscast, I've read lots of newscasts on the radio. I've never been a great person for video, but here I am. So it kind of looks like, just call me Peter Mansbridge. And I'm sitting here with my Honolulu t-shirt on, Marais, Paris playing in the background, as I chat to you about a couple of things that I have on my list today. What is happening in the Ukraine? And what should we do about it? The number of people being killed and buildings being bombed, and now a nuclear plant has been bombed just before I started this Rob blog for you, which could lead to all kinds of complications, and the officials in the Ukraine are saying it could be bigger than Chernobyl was. So I don't know, missiles or sanctions? I don't know. Leave me a little message. What do you think? Missiles sent to them in Russia, where the attacks are taking place in the Ukraine, to calm it down, or do we continue the sanctions that Canada and many other NATO countries are pushing on Russia? And I was watching some interviews with Russians trying to leave Russia because they're concerned about what may happen. And really, the Russian people have really been brought to a standstill because of the sanctions. and trying to get out of that country with flights, for instance, and train schedules. It seems like trains are about the best way to go. But I'd like your views. If you got a second, jot me something down, because there's so much information. It's an overload of information in this war, and it takes a lot of reading. And I'm not just concerned for the Ukraine. I'm concerned for other countries that are close by, including Poland and Moldavia and other places that are right there, that if this continues, because, this has happened before in the world a couple of times, as a matter of fact. And, well, as Chrystia Freeland, our Deputy Prime Minister, said, that Putin is a pariah. And I don't know whether he's in his right mind. I'd like to know what his inner circle of men, of ministers, have to say about all this. Are they all 100% in favor of what he's doing? But Chrystia Freeland has really had some wonderful things, not wonderful in a good way, but great things to say about Putin and what kind of a radical he is. And of course, I think if you look through history, through the years, a great many of these pariahs, these leaders, these people who demand so much from other people and are not concerned about the lives lost, usually meet their demise in one way or another. And probably that's going to happen to Putin, although right now he's probably too stupid to realize that. Besides Russians losing their lives, Ukrainians losing their lives, other countries who are going into the Ukraine to fight for the Ukrainians losing their lives, and ultimately this man was going to be brought down too. But it's a shame all these other people in the meantime have to lose their lives as well. So missiles or sanctions, we'll have to see. It's a great day on the island. We're into March now. The weather is making a turn. We've got a lot of sunny days, some lovely weather. Today it was 12 degrees. A couple of days ago we were at 15 degrees. So things are starting to turn around. And lots of spring things, which started in February, where we saw flowers and lots of buds, are really even budding more because we're getting extra daylight, right, with the change. And I believe it's this weekend that we do the spring forward 1 hour. I don't believe, I'm pretty sure, 100% sure. Let me say, viewers, I'm 100% sure we skip forward in time this weekend. So next week, it will be light here on the island until approximately 7:30 at night. And then we know things really start to move along. The plants all go, hey, this is good, more sunlight. Let's grow a little bit. I'm always looking forward to that happening. Well, viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to my Rob blog today. If you want to subscribe, sure, go ahead and push the button and subscribe. If you want to just sit back and have a look at all my videos that I posted here, hey, you know what? That's good too. So thank you so much for tuning in to this Rob blog today, and we'll do another one very soon. Could be tomorrow, could be the next day. We'll see if we can't do another one before the weekend comes along. In the meantime, take care of yourself. Remember, for 2022, 2022, love and joy be all around. And we'll see you here next time, right here on this Rob blog. And bye for now.